With general elections just months away, the political discourse has hit an all-time low. After using derogatory language for the PM and UP Chief Minister, now a Congress MP has targeted BJP President Amit Shah. Just a day after Shah was admitted to a hospital for swine flu, Congress's B.K. Hariprasad said that Shah had been diagnosed with Suar ka Zukham. Adding insult to injury, the Congress MP claimed that Shah had been cursed for trying to destabilize the coalition government in Karnataka.
ಕೆಲವು ಶಾಸಕರಿಗಾಗಲೇ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಮಿತ್ ಶಾ ಅವರು ಗಾಬರಿಯಾಗಿ ಜ್ವರ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಜ್ವರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಜ್ವರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹಂದಿ ಜ್ವರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಸ್ವೈನ್ ಫ್ಲೂ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಕೆಡವಲು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೇವಲ ಹಂದಿ ಜ್ವರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮಗೆ ವಾಂತಿ ಭೇದಿ ರೋಗವೂ ಸಹ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ.
When questioned again, the Congress Neta remains defiant, in fact goes on to justify his comments. Let's open up the debate and let's go across to our guests. We're joined by Nalin Kohli, he's the spokesperson of the BJP. Suneet Chopra, senior leader of the CPIM, also joins us along with senior journalist Ashutosh Mishra. Let me first go across to Ashutosh Mishra. Ashutosh Mishra, is this acceptable? I mean, yes, you can have your political differences and everybody has their ideological differences as well. But is this right to take a jibe at somebody who's been detected with swine flu?
The comment is not warranted, but it's not unprecedented also. I mean, let's remember that it was here in Karnataka that the garrulous Mr. Amit Shah called the opposition Kutta Kutti. And it is the same Mr. B.K. Hariprasad whom Mr. Narendra Modi in Parliament said BK, and that had to be expunged from the records. And what Mr. Hariprasad, the clarification that he was giving to you is that what he was trying to say was that people who will wish ill of others sometimes are struck by ill fate themselves. That's all he has said. So where has he spoken ill? It's just a
sir, he's
statement
linking
of a man who is
sir, he's linking it to politics in Karnataka. He's saying कि अगर और इसमें अगर बीजेपी ने घुसने की कोशिश की तो और ज्यादा बुरा हो सकता है. ये पर्सनल और पॉलिटिक्स को क्यों मिक्स करें, वो भी इस तरह से. I mean, is this really acceptable? आशुतोष मिश्रा, अगर कोई बीमार है तो लोग अपने बेस्ट विशेस एक्सटेंड करते हैं. You don't want to do that, don't do that.
He is. No, but that is, let's see, I mean, in this, yesterday, Mr. Rahul Gandhi had extended his good wishes to Mr. Arun Jaitley. And this morning, what we get is a vituperative blog full of bile. So, to say that this is something to do with the party politics is unfair. I mean, the hatred, if any.
So then are you also saying that the Congress president is in fact leading by example, but his own leaders are failing to follow that? Let me take a comment from Mr. Nalin Kohli on that. Mr. Nalin Kohli, yes, the political discourse has been lowered, and it is very unfortunate that such jibes are being taken.
I have quite a few things to say. We must first begin by acknowledging that in the political discourse, there are, during political actions like rallies and other things, words spoken attacking opponents. But Mr. B.K. Hariprasad has crossed the limit today, because this is the first example where someone has attacked the health condition of another senior person in politics, that's Mr. Amit Shah, in a mocking way, and then further said he will get worse. Now this, when Rahul Gandhi ji, and I think it was a good gesture to put out a clear message that we are opposed ideologically, but we wish you good health and long life, and it comes with love and affection. Now Mr. Jaitley is responding on the political level, he is not responding on a personal level, and Mr. Rahul Gandhi acknowledges that in his tweet before and the day before. So Mr. B.K. Hariprasad has set a new low. To kind of defend it, I can count out multiple examples of what all have been said personally for Mr. Modi. But never has a political leader wished ill of another political leader in terms of health and said continue. Look at the statement. He has got, essentially he's saying he has got swine flu because suar ki bimari, because he was interfering in Karnataka. Shrap chada hai, and in future he'll be more sick. That means now, in a sense, you interfere in Karnataka politically, and personally your health will deteriorate further. Is this what we have really come down to? And trying to put it and link it with a political discourse. I mean, would you like to then look at what was said for Mr. Modi? Neech, Bandar, Ghachi, Nipunsak, Maut ka Saudagar. What all? Okay, that's all been, we've debated it. But has anyone ever wished ill for another political leader in this manner? Let's not find a defense for the indefensible.
Absolutely.
And Mr. B.K. Hari Prasad has gone actually against what his own leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, has said.
That's my point.
And
If the defense is that Rahul Gandhi passed on his best wishes and was hoping and praying for Arun Jaitley's good health, then why is that not being followed by his leaders? Mr. Sumit Chopra, also, is this acceptable? I mean, come on. What do you have to say to those who are one defending it and one actually your stand? Do you think what B.K. Hari Prasad has said is all right and it's acceptable? It's fine. We shouldn't be, talking about it anymore?
My point is that this discourse has been lowered by the BJP and its top leaders. They speak of kutta, kutti, they speak of all kinds of things. So ultimately, जब आप कीचड़ में खेलेंगे तो कीचड़ आपको लगेगा.
नहीं सर, लेकिन आप जो कह रहे हैं, ठीक है, मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि बीजेपी ने कभी इस तरह के कमेंट्स, ठीक है, मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि कभी बीजेपी की तरफ से इस तरह के कमेंट्स नहीं आए. बिल्कुल इस तरह के कमेंट्स आते हैं और उसी पर रिएक्शंस भी आते हैं. लेकिन अगर किसी की तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, अगर कोई बीमार है, तो उसके लिए कहना जस्ट बिकॉज यू आर इंटरफियरिंग इन द पॉलिटिक्स ऑफ कर्नाटका व्हिच बीके हरि प्रसाद assumes is happening right now, is saying आपका और बुरा होगा. मतलब इस लेवल पर तो कम से कम आज तक हमने नहीं देखा कि राजनेता जो हैं वो इस स्तर तक पॉलिटिक्स को लेकर आए.
Let me ask a question to Mr. Sunit. To Sunit ji, let me ask a question.
Reality है, please don't interrupt for the moment. Let me answer, then you may ask. मेरा ये कहना है, मेरी समझ है कि मैं ऐसी बात नहीं कहूँगा और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान का हर नागरिक एक स्वस्थ और लंबी उम्र उसकी हो.
ठीक है, आप ही कह रहे हैं, अपनी तरफ से बात नहीं कहेंगे.
किसी ने कहा,
ओके, सो डू यू
मैं
कंडेम दैट?
नहीं कहूँगा.
सो डू यू कंडेम दैट? आप कह रहे हैं कि आर यू कंडेमिंग व्हाट बीके हरि प्रसाद हैज सेड?
I condemn him in the same voice as I condemn Modi and Amit Shah's rubbish.
Okay. Nalin Kohli, your question and also your response to what Sumit Chopra is saying, that BJP started it all. So why now make a big deal out of it?
Well, let me tell you in effect what has Mr. B.K. Hari Prasad said. Suppose any leader, any party fell ill and was hospitalized, and another political leader said, अरे बड़े पाप किए तो मरना ही था, मरेगा ही, बीमार तो होना ही था, कैंसर होना ही था, हार्ट अटैक होना ही था, इतने पाप किए राजनीतिक रूप से. I mean, is this what the discourse has come to? This is now being compared to a political slug fight on a political level.
He has
this
not
is at
said
a personal
that.
level on terms
He's only
of
talked of swine
flu. We've not
flu.
seen that example, and this is the equivalent. Mr. Chopra, I am only requesting you to follow your own advice, sir. You're so much elder to me, sir. I didn't interrupt you. I told the anchor I'd like to ask a question. You reminded me. Please don't interrupt. I'm only requesting the same thing of you, sir. Thank you, sir. So what I was saying, sir, let me finish. Then I'm sure, sir, you will have a comment. So I was just saying, Mr. B.K. Hari Prasad is the first political leader who has taken it in terms of linking political action to the health of a person and extending it further to say worse health will follow. There is no example so far in the Indian political discourse anywhere. And please show me one and correct me if you have such an example, Mr. Chopra.
I think Mr. Mishra wants to. I think Mr. Mishra wants to respond to. He wants to rebut. Yes, Mr. Mishra, go ahead.
So what Mr. Kohli was saying, so I just want to remind him that what Mr. Hari Prasad has said, कि जो दूसरों का बुरा करता है उसका बुरा होता है. उन्होंने ये कहीं नहीं कहा कि जो है ये और बीमार पड़े and wished him ill. He has just, this is a moral principle which most of us would have been told, that people who wish ill of other, ill fate befalls them also. So let's not mix this up with politics. All he has said is that
Mr. Hari Prasad is mixing it with politics. Come on,
speak ill
Mr.
of
Mishra.
others.
Mr. Hari Prasad is doing that. Why in the same breath he's talking about Amit Shah suffering from swine flu and then mixing it with Karnataka politics? Who's mixing politics with this?
Mr. Shah has been trying. No, it's about the action. The action of trying to do ill about the HD Kumaraswamy.
Mr. Mishra, weren't these claims also being made by Congress leaders that they are also in touch with the BJP MLAs? So what were they trying to do?
He's not talking about the politics. If it's a politician, then it obviously his actions will be political, ना? That's what he's saying. कि दूसरों का बुरा करोगे तो अपना बुरा होता है. ये तो moral science में सबको सिखाया जाता है.
हाँ, तो इसीलिए उनको इसीलिए स्वाइन फ्लू हो गया. उसके बाद वो आगे थोड़ा और आगे जा करके कह रहे इसीलिए हो गया और आगे और भी बुरा होगा. I mean, are you really justifying that, Mr. Mishra? It's appalling that you're justifying such a statement or a jibe being taken at somebody who's not well.
That's an extrapolation.
इसीलिए स्वाइन फ्लू और बीमार पड़ेंगे.
That's an extrapolation. All he has reminded us.
Finish your point. Finish your point.
उन्होंने वही कहा जो कबीर ने कहा था.
क्या कहा था?
कबीर ने कहा था, कबीरा तेरी झोपड़ी गलकटियन के पास, जो करेगा सो भरेगा, तू क्यों भयो उदास. बस.
तो सुमित चोपड़ा जी, पहले आप कह रहे हैं you wouldn't say such a thing. You are also condemning what BK Hari Prasad is saying, and then कबीर का दोहा सुना करके आप उसको justify भी कर रहे हैं. एक स्टैंड लीजिए ना, एक स्टैंड लीजिए. अगर आप आज इसको एक्सेप्टेबल मान रहे हैं तो कल ये पॉलिटिकल डिस्कोर्स थोड़ा और गिरेगा, फिर उसके लिए भी तैयार रहना पड़ेगा.
So now, according to Sumit Chopra ji, BK Hari Prasad is the new Kabir for saying this. कि अरे तुमने राजनीतिक काम किया, अब हो जाओ बीमार, स्वाइन फ्लू हो गया और राजनीतिक काम करो और हो जाओ ज्यादा बीमार.
I would not say such a thing.
But then you are supporting it when you are justifying it with Kabir's doha.
But Kabir has said the same thing.
नहीं उनका फिर आप justify कर रहे हैं. आप कह रहे हैं I wouldn't say such a thing. फिर आप कबीर का दोहा सुना करके उसको justify भी करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. You know, my point is, Ashutosh Mishra, if today we are supporting this, if we don't condemn this today, then tomorrow we'll have to be ready for the political discourse to be taken. One second.
हमारी परंपरा बताता है.
हमारी परंपरा ये नहीं है सर कि अगर कोई बीमार है तो इस तरह से उसके लिए आप बातें करें कि आपके साथ और बुरा होगा. नहीं, ये तो किसी की परंपरा नहीं है. आई डोंट थिंक सो. ये कर्टसी तो किसी की भी ट्रेडिशन में और परंपरा में नहीं होती है.
मैंने जनरल प्रिंसिपल की बात की है, एक्चुअल कटाक्ष की बात नहीं की है.
जनरल प्रिंसिपल कहाँ का ये कहता है या किस परंपरा का कहता है कि अगर कोई बीमार है, यू डोंट वांट टू पास ऑन गुड विशेस, डोंट डू दैट. डोंट पास ऑन गुड विशेस.
जो करेगा सो भरेगा.
क्या करके क्या भर रहे हैं?
कबीर ने कहा है
क्या करके क्या
भरेगा सो भरेगा.
तो वो अपना फिर वो हिसाब किताब तो नहीं, वो हिसाब किताब बीके हरि प्रसाद क्यों रख रहे हैं?
वो अपनी हैसियत के हिसाब से कह रहे हैं.
I have a problem when you say that you wouldn't say it and you would condemn it, but then you again justify it. So exactly.
अरे भाई, I must come in for a minute, please.
Yeah.
May I just come in?
All right.
I don't condemn what you have said.
You just said you are.
No, I need to come in for a minute.
You're changing your stand, Mr. Kohli. Come in. Yes.
There is no audio.
I wouldn't say it.
Come in, Mr. Kohli. Come in.
I want to make it clear.
Yes.
Reap as you sow. Kabir, all of it is the age-old principles. As you reap, so will you. As you sow, so will you reap. But where is this going, Sunit Chopra ji? If somebody is making a political move, they will get a political benefit or a political loss after that. That is how it has always been. Reap as you sow. Here BK Prasad is basically saying you sow in politics but reap in your health. If you sow more in Karnataka politics, you will reap more in ill health. Where are you taking this, Sunit Chopra ji? Not expected from someone as senior as you, sir.
That is his view. It is not my view.
But if something is wrong, it is wrong. No, but if something is wrong, it is wrong. Either you support it or you condemn it. But you're taking a very safe position today by saying, I will never say it, but it's fine if it is his view. If it is his view, it's all right. I mean, you're changing your stand continuously. But you know, I think this is very unfortunate कि किसी के ill health को politics से जोड़ा जा रहा है और political discourse को और नीचे गिराया जा रहा है राजनीति के स्तर को. Thanking all the guests, Ashutosh Mishra, Nalin Kohli, Sumit Chopra. Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining us on the debate. फिलहाल रुक रहे एक ब्रेक के लिए. Stay with us. Another big development coming in from Karnataka. It's a stunning statement by the Karnataka Chief Minister amid poaching fears. HDK has said that it's unfortunate that he is in a coalition, and this is not the first time that he's speaking about the compulsions of coalition. Today very clearly he said that it's unfortunate that he is in a coalition, that he wants to do a lot for the people of Karnataka, he wants to do his best, but unfortunately he is a part of a coalition government. He has hit out in fact at his coalition partner, saying that he is under pressure, hence he can't help the people. HDK further said that it is his misfortune that he is in a coalition government. He has dreams for the people but unable to fulfill it as he does not have a full mandate. Chief Minister of Karnataka once again talking about the compulsions of coalition amid poaching fears. It's a stunning statement made by HD Kumaraswamy. Let's go across to my colleague Deepak Bopanna for more details. Deepak, फिर से दर्द बाहर निकल रहा है एचडीके का, कुमारस्वामी का, कर्नाटका के चीफ मिनिस्टर का, is saying that it's his compulsion, it's unfortunate, it's his misfortune that is part of a coalition government. Otherwise, he would have done a lot for the people of Karnataka.
Not the first time, isn't it, where he's expressing his, dissatisfaction about the people of Karnataka not giving him the mandate. He also says that, he wanted to work for the benefit of the people of Karnataka without looking at caste, creed or anything of that sort. Just, implement the plans that he has in mind, but because, he does not have the complete mandate, he's not able to do that. And he said that he's extremely disappointed. Even the last time around when he became the Chief Minister of Karnataka, he was just there for about 20 months. Even then, there was a lot of pressure on him. Before he completed his term itself, there was a pressure for him to step down from the Chief Minister's chair. And now, once again, he fears that this coalition could end at any point in time. Time and again, the Chief Minister himself reiterating this goes on to somewhere show that he feels that this coalition is not working for the best interests of the people of Karnataka. Now, if that is the case, is it right for him to really continue in this coalition is the question that we could really ask.
Absolutely. Well, from putting up a brave front when he said that our government is strong and the government is not going to fall, all our MLAs are together, to today's statement where he's saying that it's his misfortune is part of a coalition, something really has happened there. Deepak, we'll come back to you for more updates. For the moment, thank you for joining us with those details. इसी के साथ एक छोटे से ब्रेक के लिए यहाँ पर रुक रहे हैं. We're back with big breaking news. A crackdown on ISIS module continues after crackdown in Delhi and Amroha. ISIS has arrested, the NIA has arrested another terror suspect, this time from Punjab after busting the module in Delhi. The crackdown continued in Punjab and one person has been arrested from Punjab. Let me go across to our senior editor, internal security, Nikunj, for more details. Yes, Nikunj.
Well, yes, Swati, this is, disturbingly enough, this is the second Islamic preacher who has been arrested from city of Ludhiana, the industrial and commercial hub of state of Punjab. He is again a Maulvi. There was the first man who was an Islamic preacher or a Maulvi is the boss of this ring that has been busted by the NIA, the ISIS inspired module. And the second person today, again, they have picked up from a mosque in Ludhiana, who was again a Maulvi teaching there, working for a, working on a paid salary, but working as a Maulvi inside a mosque. So this is the second Maulvi to be arrested in this particular ring itself. Other than that, in the past, also one Islamic preacher in Mewat was questioned by the NIA in some other case. Nonetheless, in this particular ISIS-inspired module, this is a second arrest of an Islamic preacher, one who was working as a Maulvi, and the National Investigation Agency sources say that this individual had trained or had carried out his Islamic studies with one of the accused who has already been taken into custody out of the 11 that NIA has already arrested in this case. So this individual becomes 12th person to be taken into custody. Whether the NIA will formally charge him with some offences or not, or whether they have taken him in only for questioning for now, is yet to be officially confirmed by the National Investigation Agency. But they have certainly picked up an Islamic preacher again from city of Ludhiana in Punjab today.
Well, Nikunj, it also exposes the network, and it also exposes how deep it has penetrated into our system.
Well, absolutely, Swati. What is, as I said, disturbingly enough, what is worrying is that, mosques and certain types of mosques in border areas have long been on the radar of the intelligence agencies and the security forces operating there, which have said that, who have maintained that, sometimes the antisocial elements have found shelter in those religious places. It is nothing to be, mosques are nothing to be singled out in this particular case, but, religious places have long been used as sanctuaries by antisocial elements at various places and various kind of religious spaces.
All right.
But what is appearing now is that in this ISIS-inspired module, Islamic preachers are appearing as key operatives.
And second such Islamic preacher who has now been arrested. Nikunj, thank you for joining us with those details. I'll come back to you for an update. For the moment, we're moving on. As elections loom closer, Kashmir's politicians are pulling out all stops to appease hardliners in the state. Amid a flurry of statements in support of terror groups and its sponsors, the latest provocation has come from the working president of the National Conference Party. After the Northern Army commander hailed 2018 as a successful year for anti-terror operations, Omar Abdullah questioned the army's criteria, saying a good year would be one when no youth joins terrorists and no soldiers are killed.
2018 आर्म्ड फोर्सेस के लिए सिक्योरिटी के लिहाज से बहुत ही बेहतरीन साल रहा है। पिछले साल के अंदर हमने 250 से भी अधिक आतंकवादियों को मार गिराया। तकरीबन 54 आतंकवादियों ने उनको हमने पकड़ा, जिंदा पकड़ा, और 4 आतंकवादी जिन्होंने के सरेंडर किया। ये हमारी सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस की क्षमता को जाहिर करता है। सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस की क्षमता को दर्शाता है कि हमारे ऑपरेशन इतने कारगर रहे हैं कि हमने ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा मिलिटेंट्स जो इलाके के अंदर आकर आतंक फैलाने की कोशिश करते थे, हमारे सिविलियंस के ऊपर कैजुअल्टी करने की कोशिश करते थे, उनके नापाक इरादों को हमने बिल्कुल नष्ट किया।
Well, after being exposed over his lack of respect to army martyrs, Omar Abdullah has now decided to attack Times Now. After grudging army valor, Omar Abdullah has attacked Times Now, has accused Times Now of bias. Let me, in fact, go across to our guests. We're joined by Brigadier V. Mahalingam, defense expert. We also have Inamul Nabi, is a political analyst, joining us from Jammu. Brigadier V. Mahalingam, yes, Omar Abdullah also spoke about how no security personnel should be killed, only then it will be a good year. But the question is, why can't the army talk about its achievements? Why can't the army talk about the anti-terror operations? Why can't it talk about the terrorists that it has neutralized?
Absolutely, you are correct. The point is that Omar Abdullah is speaking because of frustration. He has nothing to show as his achievement during his chief ministership in the state of J&K. Let's now take, for example, the question of law and order. It is a state subject. He has not been able to do anything to control the law and order situation, or for that matter the security situation, despite the fact the state police as well as the CAPF work under his direction. Take the case of the political. Politically, he has not been able to deal with the separatists or for that matter the terrorists. He has achieved absolutely nothing, and he has not been able to even convince the people that sending their children to the terror outfits are not good for him. He has not been able to do that. Take the case of administration. He has not been able to do anything. Corruption is rampant. The administration is not responsive.
Yes.
As far as corruption is concerned, let me tell you, the amount of money that has flown into Kashmir Valley has not reached its destination.
Brigadier Saab, let me take a reaction from Mr. Inamul Nabi also. Inamul Nabi, do people of Kashmir realize the politics behind all of this? When in power, nothing much is done. When out of power, it's very easy to target and question the army.
See, Omar Abdullah Saab has made a right statement that we should not celebrate the deaths. Nobody should celebrate the deaths. You please tell me, for this year only there had been more than 400 deaths. Can I ask you one thing? What you achieved out of these 500 deaths? What you achieved? Are you celebrating the deaths of the security forces? Are you celebrating the deaths of the civilians? Are you celebrating the deaths of the militants? By killing militants, by killing militants, by maiming
the
Kashmiris,
army is celebrating the success that it got in anti-terror operations. Had the army not been successful, sir, some more people have been killed. Some more innocents would have been killed.
What you have achieved?
It is not a question of any achievement.
I will quote the former union finance minister who happens to be NDA man, Yashwant Sinha. He made a very clear statement that by killing Kashmiris, you are further alienating the Kashmiris. You are further increasing the anti-India sentiment in Valley. So you need to introspect.
Why don't you quote those people? Why don't you quote those civilians from Kashmir who thanked the army for saving their lives? Why don't you quote them? There are other such examples also, but very selectively. You only want to focus on those comments that go in your favor. Unfortunately, I am completely out of time. For the moment, I will have to thank my guest, Brigadier V. Malingam. Thank you, Mr. Inamul Nabi, as well, for joining us on this debate.